All right, guys, so today I wanted to make a little bit of a training video on how to identify somebody that might have challenged or bad credit, because as we know, nothing is worse than spending 2-3 hours with somebody test driving cars, looking at cars, walking the lot, whatever it is, just to come out and find out that they don't have the means to purchase what it is that their heart is set on. You can't just come right out and ask somebody, is your credit good? Is your credit bad? Because it's what? It's offensive. The old school, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate your credit. It doesn't work because people don't know. People could have a 550 score and they'll tell you it's a 7 because they think that in comparison to the people that they hang with, that's good. So I wanted to do a short video here on a way to identify folks that is non-threatening, it's non-invasive, and it should work. So there's going to be 3 steps to this. It's been working for me for a long time. I hope you guys get something out of it. All right, pause. All right, Jake, so how much do you know about what we do here in the terms of our financing programs?
I don't know anything at all.
Okay, perfect. Well, you've come to the right place. We have actually 3 programs available. Program number 1 is available for those who have established credit. They've had numerous auto loans in the past. They might have had a mortgage in the past, or they're paying a mortgage now. They've had numerous loans throughout their life. That is our established credit program. We have programs available for those folks. We also have a first-time buyer program. Now, the first-time buyer program, what that is it's for somebody who's looking to establish credit for the first time, or who hasn't had a lot of credit before. They've never had a loan, or if they have had a loan, it's been a small dollar amount through maybe a personal lender like their own bank or somebody like World Finance, etc. Maybe they've opened up a credit card or 2, but it's very short term. That would be considered a first-time buyer program. And then we also have credit programs available for those who are trying to reestablish or they're in the rebuilding phase. Now, we understand that bad things happen to great people. So if that's the phase that we're in, there's no problem to it. We have programs available that are designed to help folks get back on their feet and improve their buying power going forward. These programs are for folks who maybe they had a repossession in the past, maybe their credit cards aren't paid, maybe there's some outdue medical bills and things like that, and they're experiencing, the weight of having a lower score. Which one of those programs would you like to hear more about? All right, guys, so the most important part of that is the way that you ask. Which program would you like to hear more about? The reason that we ask it that way is because the customer is going to tell you exactly what kind of credit that they have. They're going to tell you exactly what they're most interested in because they know that it pertains to their own life. Make sense? All right, guys, so when your customer says that they want more information about the established credit program, it tells us that they have good credit. We know what to do. You just move forward. But when they say one of the other 2 choices, like the first-time buyer program, or that they need to want to hear more about the reestablishing program, that's going to take us into our next part of this, which is the 3 stages of approval. All right, and it looks something like this. All right, Jake, here's where we're at. So knowing that you want to hear more about our reestablishing program, I want to kind of let you know the path that we're on and exactly where we're at. I'm sure you've been to a dealership and a guy keeps running into a back office and talking to another guy, and you often find yourself wondering what the heck is going on. Well, here at Majeski, we want to be extremely transparent, let you know where you're at in the process and exactly what's coming next. Okay, so where we're at now is we are at the 3 stages of approval. Stage number 1 is where we're going to gather all the information that's required to put together. That's the stuff that the bank is going to be looking at, okay? Such as your credit information, application, income, all of that, your job time. We're going to put all that up together. We're going to package it together and make it look as good as possible to our lenders. Stage 2 is going to be the manager approval. What that is we want to make sure that we are helping you acquire financing in the most responsible way possible. We have a team of in-house credit specialists. They analyze credit all day long. They know our lender programs inside and out, and they're going to be able to pair your specific situation with the best possible lender that's going to lend you money at the lowest possible rates and the best terms to save you the most money while getting this done, okay? And we need to make sure that it's ethical to be able to do a loan for you. For example, If somebody's making $1,000 a month and their rent is $800 a month, well, in that moment, it wouldn't be responsible for us to try to gain you a car loan because you don't have enough money left over to actually pay for it. Okay, so once we have the green light on that, then we're gonna transition into talking to lenders. Now, this is gonna be where we find the lender that's gonna work best for you in your specific scenario. This is the point where they might ask for things like proof of income, your most recent check stubs. They might ask for a couple of references. They might ask for proof of residence. Once we get all that over to them, it's gonna be verified, the income's gonna be set up, and they're gonna start telling us what vehicles work, what year and mileage we need to stay in, and what they're looking to partner with you on. At that point, we have an actual approval, and then we move on to the underwriting stage. Once we're at the underwriting stage, your approval is green lit, it's ready to go, and if you find the right car, you can drive it home with guaranteed financing. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, guys, this last part we're gonna call the SWOT technique. It kind of sums it up and puts it all together. All right, Jake, so it's important to understand that when lenders are looking at these scenarios, a lot of people think that it's all about their credit score. It's credit score, credit score. It's not. There's actually 4 things that I wanna go over with you that they're looking at a lot more than just your credit score. Thing number 1 is going to be stability. Now, the stability is how long have you had your job? How long have you lived at your residence? The magic number is 5 years, okay? We need to prove at least 2 years worth of income and residence time. The next thing that they're looking at is your willingness to participate in your approval process. Now, what that means is, are you able to put a little bit of cash down to cover the taxes, the license plates, things like that? Do you have any trade equity or a paid for trade that you can introduce into the mix? Also, having someone that's willing to jump on and sponsor you to help make the application a little bit stronger can help. And then lastly, having and being a little bit flexible in what type of vehicle you're looking for can make all the difference in the world. The third thing is the ability. Now, ability is all about are you able to afford to take on a car loan at this time? Do you have enough money left over after your current expenses to actually be able to make a car payment? And last is your track record. This is essentially what type of loans have you had in the past and how well have you performed with them. You know, if you've had some auto loans in the past and you've paid them well, that gives us a solid track record that we can use. If you've had, you know, very little loans or $500-600 here and there and you pay it back over the course of 2 or 3 months, track record would be something that we might be missing, okay? So putting it all together, these are the 4 things that the lenders are looking at. Now, I like to think of these as, picture a stool. A stool is always going to stand on all 4 legs without a problem. If you take one of them away, a stool can still stand on 3 legs. If you take 2 of them away, there are certain scenarios where a stool will still be able to balance on 2 legs, but it has to be the perfect scenario. You know, hypothetically, somebody with a 25-year job with $20,000 cash down, I don't care what's going on with the other parts, they're gonna be able to get a loan. But that's that perfect scenario that the stool stands on 2 legs. No matter how you frame it, a stool is never gonna stand on only 1 leg. So ultimately what we're trying to do here is build the strongest application possible with all 4 of these things. Just package it up, sell it to a lender, and get them to give you responsible financing. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good.